Hello, my name is Erickson B. Brutas from BSIT S2A, and today I will be showing a complete guide on the configuring and installation of Windows Server 2008 on Oracle's VirtualBox. Okay, so today I'm here to show a complete guide on installing and configuring Windows Server 2008 sa VirtualBox. So a bit of a disclaimer, this is for educational purposes only and should be used with a proper license and on your own doing. Okay, so starting with VirtualBox, it can be downloaded from the official website provided by Oracle, and it can be downloaded using this hyperlink on here on Windows Host, or depending on your PC. And for the ISO disk image, it can be found here on the Internet Archive, and then it can be downloaded here on the right side, containing a 2.8 gigabyte file for the ISO image. Both of the links will be provided in the description in order for you to follow me properly. So getting started in VirtualBox, to make a new virtual machine, click the New button here on top left, and then we can proceed with creating the machine for Windows Server 2008. Okay, so for our first task is to create a new virtual machine in VirtualBox. So our step one here would be to, again, click the New button, then to configure the name and the operating system. So for me, I'll just put in Windows Server 2008. After that, VirtualBox will automatically see kung ano yung nilagay mo sa VM name, then magpapalit na agad yung OS version niya. So after nun, configure yung virtual machine folder in which kung saan mo siya nasa-save. So in my case, it will be here sa desktop, then it could be different for you. So ayan. After that, select yung ISO image mo. So in our case, since we're doing Windows Server 2008, yun yung isa-select natin dito. So yung mga ISOs will be, it depends on you, but for me, it will be here in my own ISO folder. Okay. So after unchecking yung proceed with unattended installation, pwede natin skip tong part na to, and we can go ahead doon sa next step, which is yung pag-specify ng hardware. So sa Microsoft Server 2008, it's recommended to have 4 gigs of memory, or yung bare minimum is 2 gigs, pero it's recommended if your PC has more than 8 gigs of RAM, it's better na mag-allocate tayo ng 4 gigs para dito sa virtual machine. So with that being said, ang 4 gigs is 4,096 megabytes. Then for your CPU, pwede naman siya it's recommended na 2 CPUs yung ilagay natin if yung CPU mo has more than 4 cores. But if it's dual core lang, you can leave it at 1 for its bare minimum. But in our case, since my CPU has 6 cores and 12 threads, pwede na tayo mag-proceed sa mas higher count ng CPU. And since older version naman yung Windows Server natin, we can skip the EFI na mode. Since this is reserved for later versions ng Windows, so around Windows 10 and Windows 11. Next naman is sa pag-configure ng virtual hard disk natin. So, sa pag-create ng virtual hard disk, it's recommended na for around 40 gigabytes yung bare minimum for yung installation ng server. But it's recommended na i-allocate ang 60 gigabytes para mas maganda yung experience mo and yung paggamit for future applications niya. So in our case, since madami-dami naman yung storage, I can leave it at 60. Okay, so now ayan, may 60 gigabytes na tayo sa allocated storage niya. And take note na i-uncheck lang yung pre-allocate ng full size para hindi magamit agad lahat ng 60 gigs. So kung ano lang gagamitin ng VM, yun lang yung mga gamit niya, and it won't take the whole 60 gigabytes. So after none, you can just click finish, then you can get started na. So may additional configuration besides dun sa pag-setup ng virtual machine, and pwede siya ma-access dito sa settings button sa top left. So starting dito sa first na part ng papalitan natin sa settings, which is dito sa system. Go here sa boot device order, and makita mo yung prioritization ng virtual machine natin. So since we're not using a floppy disk in our case, we can leave this unchecked. And then pagdating dito sa optical and hard disk, since by default okay naman na siya, but it may be different in your case, so pwede na put optical disk above hard disk. Okay, so here's the processor tab. Check the box na nagsasabi na enable yung PAE/NX. So this is used for yung physical address and then para makita natin yung host CPU doon sa virtual machine. So next part naman na dito sa extended settings natin is yung sa display. Since onti lang naman yung hinahanap niyang video memory, pwede natin siya i-max out doon sa 128 megabytes niya. Then after that, that's it. Okay, so after done sa display, okay naman na yung VRAM niya, then we can proceed doon sa storage. So dito makikita niyo yung mga ISO niyo and then yung downloader dito sa devices, and you can double check kung tama nga yung nilagay niyo ISO by clicking yung ISO file niyo and yung pagkita niyo doon sa location kung tama ba yung sinelect yung ISO. Okay. Next is yung network tab dito sa left side. So checking here dito sa adapter 1, check the box na nagsabi na enabled yung network adapter and make sure na naka-attach siya sa N80. Then after that, you can click OK. Then mag-save na yung lahat and we can get started on installing yung Windows Server 2008 doon sa virtual machine. So you can get started by clicking the start button dito sa top left and it should automatically open yung virtual machine. Okay, so upon running yung virtual machine natin, you should be greeted with this, yung installation screen ng Windows Server 2008. So makikita rito yung language to install, time and currency format, and then yung keyboard input. And you can change it accordingly to your region and kung ano yung language na gusto nyo ilagay. Okay, so after clicking yung mga preferred settings nyo for Windows Server 2008, dito na magsisimula yung pag-install natin doon sa pag-select ng version niya and yung pag-actual install niya doon sa drive na sinet up natin kanina. So after nyo mag-select ng version, just click next, then yung accept dito sa license terms and agreements. So in our case, since this will just be used for learning purposes, we can proceed with a custom na installation para mas malinis lang tingnan or mas malinis yung actual na installation ng server dito sa virtual machine natin. Then since wala pa tayong nilalagay dito sa disk, makikita dito yung storage na nilagay natin kanina, which is yung 60 gigabytes. So dito natin may install ngayon yung operating system. Okay, so after that, hintayin na lang natin yung installation na mag-proceed dito sa setup niya. Then after that, we can proceed to the next step, which is yung pag-secure ng administrator password. Okay, so during installation, magkakaroon ka ng about a few restarts dun sa para ma-complete yung verification ng files niya. And then yung final restart is automatically handled na by VirtualBox. So after nun, if you wait around 10 minutes for its complete installation, you will be greeted by this screen dito saying na the user's password must be changed before logging on for the first time. So para makita natin dito, yung pag-proceed doon sa secure admin password, just click the OK button. Okay, so for setting up yung administrator password, it has a few requirements, which being it has to be at least 6 characters. It must use an uppercase letter, a lowercase letter, a number, and a special character. So it can be like an exclamation point, the @ sign, a hashtag, or anything, as long as it's not an alphanumeric character. Okay, so after meeting those requirements, makikita natin yung prompt na your password has been changed. So just click OK. Then you will be greeted to Windows Server 2008. Okay, so after mo mag-set up ng administrator password, you will be greeted dito sa pag-configure ng configuration tasks dito sa Windows. This is automatic. This will appear after yung first login mo dito sa after setting mo ng password. So for now, we can skip yung pag-activate ng Windows since I don't have a product key. And this will just be used for educational purposes na mapakita kung paano yung pag-setup ng Windows, ng VM, and so on. So skipping that, we can check yung time zone, which was already set kanina doon sa installation. Then here sa Configure Networking na tab, makita natin na meron tayong local area connection. This is because chinek natin yung NAT kanina sa address 1 dun sa networking tab for the pag-setup ng VM mismo. So, pag nakita to, this is just verification na gumagana yung network natin. Okay, next naman is yung provide computer name and domain. So here, pwede natin i-change yung computer name and domain as in dun sa name. So, for now, to change the name, click the change button dito sa right side ng window and dito natin pwede siya palitan. Then after that, click OK. For now, keep yung work group as default since since papalitan natin to sa pag-setup na ng Active Directory later on. So for now, just click OK. Then makita dito yung acknowledgement na kailangan i-restart. So just keep clicking OK. Then we can proceed further dito sa pag-setup natin ng OS. So after restarting, we will be prompted dito na to press Ctrl-Alt-Delete to log back on. So in our case, since we're using VirtualBox, so on your keyboard, just press yung right control, then yung delete. And babalik tayo dito sa login page. So just put in yung password na nilagay natin kanina and we can proceed sa next task, which is yung pag-install and configure ng Active Directory. Okay, so after logging in, makikita natin na bubukas agad yung Server Manager. So pag-open after opening Server Manager, if hindi siya nagbukas in your case, you can click Start. Then at Administrative Tools, then dito natin makikita yung Server Manager. Here. Just click yung Okay, so dito sa Server Manager, makikita natin dito sa left panel yung iba-ibang parts ng Server Manager. So mag-focus muna tayo dito sa Roles tab. So just click to expand. Then makikita natin dito is yung role summary. So here, we can click yung add roles. Okay, so after clicking yung add roles, nandito na yung mag-open yung add roles wizard. So makikita natin dito is yung installation, yung guide niya for pag-add ng roles. So you can choose to read this information, then just clicking skip, then click next. Then after that, makita natin yung pag-select ng server role. So for our case, hanapin natin dito yung Active Directory Domain Services. Which is here. Now this pop-up will appear. Then this will be prompting us to add yung .NET framework. Then pag nakita tong natin pop-up na to, just click yung add required features. After that, click next. Then here yung pag-Active Directory Domain Services, in-explain niya lang kung ano yung ginagawa niya. So click next. And then makita natin dito kung ano yung ginawa natin, kung ano yung ilalagay natin na role. So as in here, yung Active Directory, then yung .NET Framework. And if you're happy with that, just click install. So after installing, makikita natin na installation successful na. So doon sa role, then doon sa .NET Framework. After that, just click close. Then after none, we can proceed to promoting yung server to domain controller. So to do that, exit out of Server Manager. Then click the Start button. Then search box, just type in DC Promo. Press Enter. Then DC Promo wizard should open up. So dito nasa welcome page, you can check yung use advanced mode installation kung gusto mo ng more control. But in our case, it's optional. So we can just go ahead and click next. Then ito yung compatibility niya. May warning siya dito about yung older Windows versions, security. Then after reading this information, you can just click next. Okay, so here's a pag-choose ng deployment configuration. May dalawang choices, which is yung existing forest. So this is used for an existing AD network, or in our case, which is yung create a new domain in a new forest. So select the second option, then click next. Okay, so proceeding sa next step, which is yung pag-name ng forest root domain natin, it's best practice to use yung, this best practice to name your, uh, it is best practice to name your domain ending in .local to signify na it's just on your own machine or in your own network. So don't start using yung say .com, .org, or .net for domains na hindi naman natin own. It's also advised to not use yung single label names. So say, ganito lang. So say just using domain since it can be ambiguous doon sa users. So again, proceed tayo sa recommended practice which is using a .local na extension doon sa name natin. Okay, so after nyo i-verify yung domain name, dito tayo sa pag-format or pag-set ng forest function level natin. So, nagde-determine to yung kung ano yung available features na mga gamit natin. So, in our case, since we're on Windows Server 2008 R2, let's select that. After nun, you can see the details dito. Then, just click next. So, after we set the forest function level, makikita natin dito yung additional domain control options. So, makikita natin dito yung checkbox sa DNS server and yung global catalog and yung read-only domain. So for DNS server, this should be checked. And then for global catalog, it would also be checked by default. You can just go ahead and then click next. So magkakaroon tayo ng warning dito about yung DNS delegation. We can just ignore this since gumagamit tayo ng, or nagka-create tayo ng bagong domain. So just click yes. And then after that, we can just continue. So after going through doon sa mga warnings, since ayun nga, gumagawa tayo ng bagong server which is normal, makikita natin dito yung paggawa ng mga or pag-set ng location ng database, log files, and yung sysvol. So by default, it can be found doon sa here sa folder na NTDS and sysvol. So in our case, it is recommended to just leave this on default. So click next. Then makikita na rin dito yung pag-setup ng restore mode sa administrative password. So for simplicity's sake, I'll just use the same password na sinetap natin doon for the admin user, which is okay lang so sa OS natin, and it won't be flagged as being the same doon sa account na admin. So patapos tayo dito sa wizard. Here, makikita natin yung pag-review ng mga settings na ginawa natin so far. So if you're satisfied, just click next, and then yung installation of your domain service will begin. So after finishing the installation, makita natin dito yung further details na ginawa nating Active Directory. So patapos tayo, after this, just click finish. Then we will be prompted to restart our machine. So just click yung restart now. So after restarting, magpa-prompt ulit tayo ng pressing Control Alt Delete to log in. So again, in our case sa VirtualBox, we press the right control button and then yung delete button. Okay, so after pressing yung Control Delete, makikita natin na may bago na, which is makikita natin yung domain name, then yung administrator. This means na we're logging in doon sa actual na domain na sinetat natin kanina, and we're not logging anymore doon sa local computer. So just put in yung password na sinetat natin kanina for the administrator account. So upon logging in, magbubukas again yung server manager on its own. Then for further verification doon sa Active Directory domain services natin na sinetup earlier, go back doon sa roles tab here sa left-hand side. After this, makikita natin na yung server natin is now a domain controller. So after completing these steps, makikita natin na installed role na yung Active Directory domain services natin. Then if you expand it, makikita natin yung further details. And if you see this on your screen, then congratulations. Your server is now a domain controller, which means now we can proceed on the next task, which is yung pag-install, configure, and pag-verify ng DNS. Okay, so for installing and configuring and pag-verification ng DNS, we can start by pressing yung DNS Manager. So just click Start, go sa Administrative Tools, then click yung DNS. So here, sa left-hand side natin, makikita natin yung PC name, and then makikita natin dito yung forward lookup zones, reverse lookup zones, trust points, and yung conditional forwarders. So, ang gagawin natin dito is sa pag-verify ng forward lookup zone. So, just expand yung forward lookup zone. Then, makita natin dito is yung domain.local here. Or it will be different in your case if you put a different domain name. But in my case, it is just domain.local. So, just click to select. Then, in the right panel, you'll see yung DNS records. So, after clicking and selecting in domain.local, makita natin dito yung mga DNS records. These records are created automatically and essential siya for yung Active Directory functions natin. So, sa pag-verify ng DNS record natin, in the right panel, find the line with server 2008. So, as in here. Or it depends doon sa server name mo. So, as you can see dito sa data column, makikita natin yung IP na 10.0.2.15 since this is the same na IP address na inassign ng VirtualBox through the NAT. So, if you see this, as you may notice na earlier, this is the same address. So, that means na it's working, yung DNS natin doon sa server. So, sa pag-configure naman ng DNS forwarders for internet name resolution, we can right-click on server 2008 or depende sa'yo sa naming mo. Then, go to properties. So, sa properties window, click the forwarders tab. And then, after that, click the edit button. So, sa edit button, it will appear. And then, in the empty space under IP address, just type in 8.8.8.8. So, ito yung public DNS ng Google, which will be used for testing purposes. Then, click enter. Then, lalabas na dito yung server niya, which is dns.google. Then, click the space below to add a new to add another IP address. This time, let's put in 8.8.4.4. Ito yung secondary address or secondary DNS ng Google. So again, to add, just click enter. Then, as you can see, it's provided by Google pa rin. Then click OK. Then click OK. So, why do we use forwarders? Yung mga forwarders, they allow your domain to resolve yung external websites. So, as in nga doon sa Google. Then, it also improves yung DNS performance. And then, it also reduces internet traffic. So, sa pag-proceed natin, let's create a test DNS record. So, in the left panel, let's select yung domain natin pa rin, which is domain.local. Then, let's right-click. Then, let's select yung new host, A or yung AAAA. Then, for our name, let's just make it a test server. And then, for our IP address, let's put in a test IP address of 10.0.2.100. So, dito sa create associated pointer record, leave this checkbox unchecked for now. And then, after that, we can just click add host. So, makikita natin dito na successfully created na yung test server natin. So, just click OK, then done. So, pagbalik dito sa right panel, makikita natin na, so in this right panel, makikita natin yung test server, which is ayun nga, type na host A. Then, with yung data, makikita natin yung IP na nilagay natin kanina. So, just like that, nakagawa na tayo ng DNS record. So, after setting up yung server natin and yung domain, we can use NSLookup to verify yung mga ginawa natin so far. So, to do this, click Start, type in CMD, then command prompt should open. So, to verify yung server natin, just put in NSLookup and put in yung server name na nilagay mo earlier. So, in our case, in this tutorial, we will put in server 2008. So, as in dito, lalabas yung server name natin, and then yung address na nakita natin earlier, which is yung 10.0.2.15. So, this verifies na gumagana yung DNS natin with our server name. So, next naman na i-verify is yung domain name. So, doing that, just again, put in NSLookup. And then, yung local na ginawa natin kanina. So, in our case, which is domain.local. So, as you can see here, lumabas yung domain name, which is domain.local, along with the address niya, and same yung IP. So, this confirms na gumagana yung domain for yung resolving. Then, Yung last verification natin is yung test record na ginawa natin kanina. So, to do that, just do nslookup again, along with yung server name, and then yung domain.local na ginawa natin din kanina. So, next natin na i-verify is yung forwarder na nilagay natin kanina, which is yung Google. So, by doing so, just do nslookup and go to www.google.com. Okay. So, as you can see, lumabas yung multiple IPs ng Google, which means na gumagana yung ginawa nating forwarder kanina. So, after yung verification, just type in exit. And then, ayan, tapos na yung pag-verify natin doon sa mga ginawa nating server, DNS, and yung mga forwarders na nilagay natin kanina. So, to recap, we did pag-create ng virtual machine, which is, ayun nga, yung server 2008 with its ISO, and then pag-set up ng virtual machine with in yung recommended RAM, recommended processor, and then its recommended storage. Then after that, we installed yung Windows Server 2008. Then we set up an administrator password, which was used here sa pag-setup natin. Then after that, we went to Server Manager. Then nag-install tayo ng Active Directory. Then after installing yung Active Directory, we configured our own DNS. And then yung pag-forward lookup zone for yung Google, which is yun nga, yung port niya for yung 8888 and 8844. And then after that, we verified yung mga ginawa nating server and yung domain using nslookup. So hopefully, you followed the directions clearly and you set up the server properly. So again, my name is Erickson B. Brutas from BSIT S2A, and thank you for watching my video on setting up the functionalities of Windows Server 2008.